Hi everyone, Kim here with this week's live Oracle card readings. How are you? As you come on, jump out, let me know where you're at, how you're feeling, how you're navigating the energies. We have got the full moon today. In about 4 hours it'll be at its fullest, but I hope you've had the opportunity to go out and have a look at her, feel what you feel. There is a lot about this moon bringing clarity and really showing us what energies are no longer serving, what we can be letting go of. So those past stories that have still had a hold on us, but time for us to let those go and release. And clarity on forward movement. And I was woken this morning at 3 o'clock, and I often pay attention when I'm woken at that time. Wayne Dyer always spoke about that being God hour. And the message that I received this morning was you can't be everything to everyone. So it was really, for me, the message was about really distilling my offerings and pulling away some of the things that aren't really filling me with joy. That yes, I can do this and I've got the skill to do that, but just because I have doesn't mean I should. So really allowing me to, it's that, be more and do less. So be more fully embodied in what lights me up, what I'm passionate about, and doing less of offering everything to try to take care of everybody in that process, trusting in my offering that it will land with the right people and we will find that alignment. So I trust that actually serves you as well. I'm just going to do a refresh on these comments and see who is here. Good morning, Monica. Lovely to see you. Hi, Bronwyn. Lovely to see you. Oh, wow. God hour was when your mum passed. Wow, that's incredible. So clearly that would also have another meaning when you're woken at 3 a.m. It might be the time that your mum really wants to connect with you. And often it's because our minds have slowed a little bit, that all the chatter and all that fills us in every day, all the to-do lists and all the demands and everything that is required of us has quietened down a little bit. Hey Regina, nice to see you. Alrighty, let's get on and pull an overall card. So making sure today, if you get the opportunity to take a little time out and connecting with the energies that are available right now. What is this beautiful full moon shining light on for you? And what does that mean for you right now? Where are you feeling the most pull for your energies? And yes, we've all got obligations and busyness in our life, but what's really speaking to your heart and really that it just, for me, I notice what moves you deeply to when you feel that that really feels like it's absolutely what you're here to do, what you're meant to be offering. So the overall card for everybody this week is discernment. So it's really speaking to exactly what we're talking about there, quietening the mind and listening to the heart. So however you get to do that, whether that's in nature or whether that's, in meditation, whatever those moments are for you to really connect in deeply, to quieten the chatter. And really, it takes a discipline when there's a lot of chatter going on. And, really hone in on your heart. Let your feelings be the guide, and that can be for your career, for your work, for your mission, but also for your own personal growth. We can, react to certain things, but we can go below that and check in with our heart. What's the wound? What's the hurt? What's really going on there? Alrighty, let's it seems to be a little bit of a meltdown happening in the background, so we will use that as encouragement that we can continue on. So let's go here. We've got Bronwyn. And just pop a yes, please, in the comments if you'd like a card. I'm going to do a quick refresh. All right. Beautiful. Serves. Beautiful. May I have a card, please? Of course, Regina. Hey, Kirby. Of course you can have a card. And Monica. And anyone else that pops on, just pop a yes, please, and I'll refresh these comments. All right, Bronwyn, let's pull this card for you. It looks like there's a few wanting to speak to you, but I'm just going to check in with this deck and see what's happening here. Okay, there it is there. Assessing. Feels like that plays in beautifully with the energies of what we're talking about right now. This full moon is offering the opportunity for you to stop and assess. And if it was, if it was in in any area of life, I would sit down. If I was looking at my if I was looking at my wellness regime, I would write down and list out everything that I do that supports that. And then I'd take a look at it and I'd check in and, okay, so I'm being told about the sway test. So are you familiar with, kinesiology and checking in with your body as to whether something's supportive of you anymore? So with, say, supplements, for instance, if you're unsure if it's still serving you, trust your intuition, but if your mind's getting in the way a little bit, you can actually hold the bottle to your chest and to your heart, and you can ask the question, is this for my highest vibration? And if you sway forward, it's a yes. If you sway back, it's a no. And if you stay still, it's a neutral. So it's not going to harm, or it's not going to necessarily raise your vibration. So, I do that with foods, I do it with supplements. It's a really great way to check in for yourself. So since I've mentioned the wellness, maybe this is about that area of your life, but with any area of your life, whether it's career, it's what your offerings are, if you sit down and list them all out and then say, well, does that one really bring me joy, and does it really light me up? And you can even do a scale of 1 to 10 if you like, or 1 to 5, and then have a look at, and then make sure the ones that bring you, that really light you up, they're the ones that you're putting your energy into and your focus into. I hope that makes sense for you. Beautiful. Okay, Regina. Here we go. We've got growth. Now, I know this card's come up quite a few times for you, or it feels like it's come up a few times for you this year particularly. But right now, I want you to pay attention to which growth is it actually speaking to today. It feels like there's a particular change that you've made, and I know you've made a lot, but there's a particular change that you've made that it's really wanting to underline for you, and for you to notice just how much of a positive impact that's had on your life, whether that be that you've changed some connections, or what you're consuming, as in what you're watching for entertainment. Maybe it's that you've cut back on looking at your phone so much, anything like that. But it's really wanting to acknowledge how important that is for you, because when we know ourselves, then we know what serves us most, and it doesn't mean we've got to live our life as monks or whatever, but it means we've got choice. So when we're choosing to do something that we know that's not great for us, we know that we're choosing it, and we know that it's not that great for us, and that we're likely to feel a little less centered, a little less grounded, a little more scattered if we choose to go down that path. This is not about making ourselves wrong, but really knowing thyself on a deeper level. Okay. Kirby. assessing. Same card, different meaning. As I was shuffling those cards, it was like stick with it. So I know that we spoke a little while ago and you were sharing with me some changes that you were making. You'd made a realization about something, and and maybe it's not happening as quickly as you may have like, but their message is stick with it. Maybe there's a little tweak that you could be making to alter something, a wording or a way that looks, but just stick with it because you're on the right path with that. I hope that makes sense to you and is of service to you. All right, Monica, we will pull a card for you, and then I will do a refresh again and get those comments up to date for anybody else that's joined us. Oh, there's cards jumping, but it's definitely that one. Okay. We've got boundaries. And again, this theme that we've got today. So boundaries are exactly that. When we know what we're offering and what we're being guided to offer and what really brings us joy, then the boundaries are in place to say, this is important to me, so I'm going to keep taking the steps forward on that. It's about staying focused on that and not letting other things come in the way. And us as women, if somebody asks us to do something, we often feel very like obliged. There's no other way that I can say that. It feels like it's in our DNA that we tend to put other people and their priorities first. So here's a bit of an offering to say, make sure your boundaries are good around you achieving and following your heart's desire, and certainly be helping other people to achieve theirs, but not at the cost of the time and energy for your own desires. I hope that makes sense for you. Alrighty, I'm going to do a refresh here and see how we go. Good morning, Vicky. Yes, of course you can have a card. Bronwyn, perfect sense. I've physically felt vibrations lately, almost like an earth tremor, and spoke to a friend about this feeling only yesterday. Beautiful. So you're on the right path. Trust your intuition. Keep following that. You're on the right path is what they're saying. So that's really beautiful. I love it. Hi, Brooke. Yeah, of course you can have a card. Kirby's saying, I'm so happy. Thank you. Yeah, it's great. All changes in today, and I'm feeling so empowered. Go you. How beautiful. Hey, Gerda, you made it. That's great. Can I please be gifted with a message today? You absolutely can. Beautiful. All right, Vicky. There we go. Discernment, which was the overall card, but I'm going to hone this down a little bit more for you. Again, I feel like there's some swirling going on outside a little bit removed, whether it's family swirling or some kind of community swirling, whether it be school mums and that sort of thing. Something swirling out there it's like it's wanting to draw you in. And because of your level-headedness and your ability to see through the rubbish, if you like, people can often want you there as that stabilizer, but you don't have to be that, is what I'm saying. If it's affecting your own energy, and it's not something that you're passionate about, and it's kind of going to happen anyway, and could be drama for drama's sake, be discerning about your own energy and keeping yourself in the space that is serving for you and your family, and not having that energy dissipated by other people being undisciplined in their energies. I hope that makes sense. these are really, this full moon is about clarity. So these readings today feel like they're absolutely just concise, to the point, no wishy-washy about it. So Brooke, we've got will. Okay, so has there been some procrastination going on around something, or are you second guessing yourself on moving forward on a particular idea, whether it's, I don't know, the word gym is coming up, as in GYM. So is it an exercise regime, starting a yoga class, a meditation class, whatever it is for you? And have you been kind of, yeah, you want to do it, but you're not sure and you're second guessing yourself? This is saying engage your will. Think about, engaging, we all have free will, so we get to make choices, but think about the reason why you want to do it. It's, generally it's for feeling better about ourselves, more peace of mind, more comfort in our body, and that might mean that we feel a little bit uncomfortable because it might be new to us to begin with, but then it becomes something that's important for you and for your overall well-being. So this card, the message today is about engaging your will to move forward with that you desire. Okay. Gerda. I've got the title, so books straight away jump into my mind. I've got this title, I've got the, playing around with the words eat, love, pray. So it's like garden, write, enjoy, or I don't know, something like that. I'm going to share that with you because I don't edit what comes through, and see if that serves. Okay, beautiful. So we've got nourishment. There's a book in that, right? Nourishment, what nourishes us. And we could talk about the food, but we can talk about the garden and having our hands in the soil and being in nature in that way. There's so much that you could offer in the way of nourishing one's soul. So is there something brewing there for you that you're looking to ground, you're looking to bring forward? I'm just feeling into this a little bit more. It's saying go for it. It's okay to rest when you need to rest, but go for it. Keep forward movement on it. I know that I'm not sure where you are in the writing cycle at the moment, but this feels like it's a more lighthearted, if you say, if that's, maybe it's smaller snippets, even children's books, or anyway, whatever the nourishment idea is that's living in you, that's wanting to birth, this is a green light for that. But when it said rest when you need to, all in good time. Don't be rushing anything, all in good time. But make sure you're logging your thoughts in your ideas book or journal somewhere. Okay. Monica's saying, thank you, you're welcome. So on point. Wow, thanks, Kim, says Vicky. That's nice. Thank you, Kim. This resonates with me. Lovely. That's absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy for each and every one of you. There's a lot of energy around at the moment, so being mindful of that. We always want to be mindful of taking good care of ourselves, but as we, I often like to remind people that, we are on this spinning ball that's moving at a pace throughout the atmosphere, and the more technology, the more that's coming at us. And it's not that technology's bad, but it's that we need to monitor our use of it, and also, make sure that we're balancing those energies for ourselves and keeping ourselves well grounded shoes off, barefooted on the earth as often as you can, hugging trees literally, and if you can do that barefooted, all the better. Making sure that you've got time where you do get to just sit and contemplate and reflect. That is a digestive process, and if you have any digestive issues, then perhaps you're not consuming the foods that are really right for your body right now, but also maybe you're not giving yourself enough processing time. So all of these things, they're not luxuries, they're not weaknesses, they're absolutely things to absolutely serve us. Gerda saying, thanks Kim, needing rest at the moment. Beautiful. Well, take that rest and allow yourself to nourish yourself. You nourish so many people, and allow yourself that time. Hey Sharon, and happy birthday to your beautiful daughter, and happy birthing day to you. I've always loved to give myself a bit of space to reflect on, however old my children are. I think about the woman I was when I birthed them, and I think about the woman that I am now, whether that be, well, what is it, Ellie's 38, Jakey's 36, Jesse's 32, so whatever, all those years ago. But who am I now, and what am I birthing now, and what are those qualities that I've brought through, that essence of me that's been there the whole time, and really honouring that in yourself. So yeah, a little treat for you today would be nice. The card for you is balance. And I know that things have gotten a little out of balance for you lately, and it's really important that we, I spoke to this a little bit earlier here, that we're not giving at the expense of ourselves. I have definitely noticed as I've gotten older, and it's absolutely a blessing to get older, and the reason for that too is the wisdom that we carry with us, that we know that we need to conserve our energies for the things that matter to us. Now, it doesn't mean that our families and everything else doesn't matter to us. They absolutely do. But we also have other people to serve. So that's part of our commitment as wise women, is that we've got gifts that we've accumulated on the way, and we have made a commitment that we are going to help support the women in our lives. So making sure that we're not so depleted that we can't do that, because then what that does is affects us very negatively, that we're not fully living our purpose, and we're kind of being a bit martyrish in a way. But I can certainly resonate with that. The Cinderella story is definitely a theme that I've carried throughout my life, doing all the jobs behind the scenes and not allowing myself to shine fully. But I'm practicing that more and more as I age. So taking good care of you, and reflecting back on where you got out of balance and what tweaks you need to make moving forward. Okay, I hope that really serves you, Sharon, because you're doing amazing work out there. You really are. Thank you for the birthday message. That's a good point about the birthday for us. Absolutely, absolutely. It's transformation, the day that that was a huge transformation for us. So to celebrate those milestones as well is super important. It's living that ritualized life, that really connected life. Alrighty, I think we've come to a nice place there. So take some time out to notice, what's occurring out in the cosmos. So the full moon and what she's offering us at the moment. Being mindful of your own energies, making sure that you're having plenty of time to rest, nourish yourself. Sharon saying thank you, and it resonates completely. I'm trying to strike that balance, and it's challenging. Yeah, and also don't be too perfectionistic about that. Sometimes you've got to roll with it a little bit more. As you all know, I've got my family here at the moment, and I am, pushing the boundaries a little bit, but I'm taking the moments where I can. and you do that to make sure that you don't then go into beating yourself because you're not getting it right. Allow yourself to take the moments where you can, and there are times, as they say, if the house is burning down, we need all the energy we can to put the fire out, right? But then once that fire's out, then we need to make sure that we've created a lot of balance, a lot of days off. And when you're doing all your events and everything, making sure you've got good amounts of time afterwards where you can sit and stare at the ocean and let that do the work for you. So, I just got loads of energy on that. So, enough said. All right, my darlings, if you need me, I'm here. If you're looking for ways to connect, please reach out. I'll repost the 60-minute intuitive online reading for anybody that is looking for it. And I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Take good care. Bye, everyone.